Crazy. We actually made it, bro. We actually made it. Made it to the standing on business part. Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, James IC, and welcome back to my channel. We made it to 50 uploads as of this video. This video will be YouTube video number 48 alongside of 2 YouTube shorts. I started off doing food reviews just because that was a simple form of content that kind of had like a simple formula to it. You know, I would start off by revealing the product and then trying the product and then just giving my general thoughts on if I liked it or not. But as time went on, I kind of phased out of the like review food phase. I'm sure like moving forward in the future, I'll still want to review some food products on the channel. At its core, I really just started this YouTube channel to create, but also document my memories in life. If the time comes where one day I have children, I want to be able to show them these videos to say, hey, this is what your dad was like. Well, when I started at like age 20 up until whenever they see the videos or however long I decide to make videos. Quality content is important to me, and when it comes to my channel and my life, quality stories are what I want to tell. I'm the type of guy where I'm willing to talk about the good and the bad, even if at times it overexposes myself. I'm kind of at like a crossroads where I'm kind of torn on if me being open and honest and sharing my life on YouTube will potentially jeopardize my opportunities for specific jobs moving forward. On a day-to-day basis in life, I'm somebody who tries to position myself on just being on the good side or just overall like a good person. So I know for the most part, I really ain't got too much to worry about. It's just some of these situations that I get involved in, not really my fault, and I'm always down to take accountability, but sometimes they're not really my fault, and it's just explaining them could kind of be a lot. You know, I never really started this YouTube channel to get famous or to blow up. I mean, it's every child's dream. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't like a back burner hope of mine. But growing up, I never really had clout or participated in the popularity game. So me to be the one that blows up, I don't really expect that to happen. So that's why I kind of just try to lock in and create quality content that just focuses on good, genuine stories. People just want the expectations of the results, but they never want to put in the quality work. I'm the type of guy where I want my work to show for itself. And at least through these 50 uploads on YouTube, I'm very proud of what I've done. At this point on YouTube, I'm really just a random guy that talks on the internet. And if that's all I'll ever be on YouTube, like, I'm okay with that. I'm fine. When it comes to YouTube, I really just want to have fun and to tell my story and to entertain in the process if possible. So I hope I've done a good job. You know, I always try my best at whatever it is I do. So shout out to anybody who's checked out these videos from whether it be day one up until now. But all right, I guess transitioning into the life topic, one of the biggest life events that kind of happened to me recently was your boy quit his job. Let's back up a little bit. The job itself, for the most part, was really straightforward and easy. I spoke about it in my last video, but for the most part, I was just processing packages of mail. It was a big warehouse environment, and my personal opinion, like, the job itself should have a quality worker working the job. But I'm not the boss, supervisor, or anything else like that, so I don't get to make those decisions, but they really just hired anybody. And when you're hiring anybody, through my experiences that I've learned, the quality of employee is not that good. For the most part, I'm always going to be a quiet dude. I try to stay out the way. I might find like 1 or 2 people that I try to connect with, but I'm never going to be somebody who has like a dominating or loud personality with whatever room I walk into. But yeah, if I had it my way, honestly, I kind of would still be working there, but the conditions of the job just kind of became too much for me to handle. And again, the work was completely easy, no problems at all doing the job. It just became a toxic work environment, and I found myself at the center of it all. And no, like, I wasn't starting anything. Like, that's the thing, like, I never start anything. I never start drama. I never start beef. But I will respond to it, especially at this stage of my life. Growing up through the years of like elementary school all the way through high school, I kind of let a lot of things slide and brushed a lot of things off. But as I continue to grow older, a very important life lesson or thing to live by is standing up for yourself. The value in the power move that is standing up for yourself is really one that shouldn't be underestimated. Before, I kind of described myself as being like the quiet guy. For the most part, I would just be in these rooms or environments and I would just stay to myself. But by doing that, I kind of entered a pattern of, by being that person, it allowed other people to think that they could walk all over me. So through finding myself just in these situations over and over, and it could apply to anything like work, school, even your friends and social groups, even your family. When it comes to these things, like, I'm usually the guy who's at the bottom of the totem pole in these social structures. But at this job, me being more reserved and quiet at the start kind of got me into some early situations where people thought that they could disrespect me. And me being not a confrontational person for a majority of my life, I didn't really know how to handle it. I just knew that, well, I was either going to stand up for myself and it was going to stop then and there, or I had the choice to not do anything and have the disrespect continue. Obviously, I didn't want the disrespect to continue, so I had to stand up for myself. And I found myself doing this time and time again at this job. It got to the point to where standing up for yourself really wasn't worth it anymore. At this job, because there was a lot of confrontational people, I really had to position myself to really fight back against the disrespect. I'm the guy that wants to show up to work and make my money like everybody else. And I prefer to do that just being out the way. But what else am I supposed to do when bullshit constantly gets thrown in your face and you're left with a choice or an option of how to respond to it? For the most part, I trust my decision making, I trust my logical judgment, and I know that 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna make the best decision that's best for me. So I'm just gonna fast forward to the end. If I were to really stop down and tell the story of start to finish of every single thing that went on, I'm sure we'd be here for a while. So to fast forward to the end on why I quit, well, your boy got some evidence, and I present to you guys Exhibit 1, or Exhibit A. This was a note that was planted on my car, and the story behind this note, well, here we go. I'm just gonna give the short summary. Maybe one day I'll explain my whole experience working at this company, and that'll be a dynamite video in and of itself. Through standing up for what's right and going against some of these dominating personalities, generated by disrespect, I kind of developed a reputation. Again, I'm not somebody who starts the bullshit. I'm just the guy who responds to it. I'm not an instigator. I don't add fuel to the fire. Really, I try to deal with situations the best way I know how, through myself, without getting other people involved. But at a certain point, things happen too often, they go on too long, and they just develop and become out of my control. So what else am I supposed to do? Just allow bullshit to continue, or to try to do the right thing and to end the bullshit? So yeah, to explain what happened, situation with a young kid, younger than me, dumbass kid. I feel comfortable saying that. I've told him that to his face. Had that situation with him. It carried over into 2 separate people who did way too much extra shit. I don't really know what be the thinking behind some of these people and their mentalities when they do the things they do. But those 2 people kind of really wanted to put the pressure on your boy to really scare him. And a few days after all that was worked out, I just discovered a note. And it has 2 words on here, which I'm going to tease for that maybe experience working at this company video. The discovery of the note is a even wilder story. I discovered it on like a Saturday. I didn't know the note was planted on a Wednesday until I did some detective work. Basically, me just trying to do the right thing led to people planting a note on my car. And the 2 people I thought it ended up not being them. The person it ended up being was somebody who I kind of had a connection to. We didn't really talk every day or even every shift, but I had like past experience with him before this job. And I thought he was a cool dude, but I kind of knew his character and the type of guy he was, even way back when. But yeah, like an RKO out of nowhere, he literally comes out of nowhere and plants this note on my car. And because I had discovered it like 4 days later from when it was originally planted, I kind of was in a paranoia spiral of, did this note get planted on my house? But through my detective work, no, it didn't get planted at my house. It actually got planted at work. But yeah, like this is where I worked at. Like, me just trying to position myself and be on the right side of good morals and just doing the right thing in these situations led to an employee who I thought was cool with me, or at least had some type of respect, who before working at this job, he was the only one I knew. It led to him planting a note on my car for whatever reason. I asked him about it, and the best answer I got was, it's just a joke. But for me, like, this shit just wasn't funny to me. And I think we'll leave that there. Again, that's gonna be a dynamite explosive video if it ever drops. I do worry that, you know what, I ain't really got nothing to worry about anymore. Like, I stand on business, bro. Like, I'm the type of guy where you're gonna make a threat on me, either do it or shut up. And I mean that respectfully, bro. Like, I'm not a confrontational, I'm not like an intimidating or even like a physically violent guy. So like, if you have a problem with James Icy, you really have a problem with yourself, because James Icy doesn't create problems. He just responds to them the best way he knows how. And I'll continue to respond to the bullshit the best way I know how. Now, even though this job became very toxic, right before I left, like literally 2 weeks before I left, I had made my schedule because we were going on a different shift change. And I had made that schedule specifically to center around my school schedule. Through working at these last couple jobs over the past 2 to 3 years, or dare I even say since I left Kroger, I really discovered that it's actually time for me to resume the pursuit of finding my career. So I made a decision to return to college to pursue my major of broadcast media technology. The process of video production is very intriguing to me. And even here I am making YouTube videos as a personal hobby of mine. So video production is really just the world that I want to be involved in as my career. I think that with my storytelling, along with the art of creating videos, could really create some valuable content, maybe one day if I'm not already. So returning to pursue my broadcast major has really just been a fun experience. It was a little bit of a hard adjustment, but I'm at the halfway point for the semester and I've really adjusted really well. And my plan for the back half of the semester is really to just finish strong and continue to just improve and develop my skills. Being a student, I'm really just trying to soak up and learn all the knowledge that I can while I'm there. It's really important for me to just find my confidence when doing some of these tasks. But through repetition and, just getting general reps up and reps in with working with these softwares and, devices, I've kind of just became more comfortable with myself. If I'm trained and exposed to the proper knowledge of how to go about doing things, I can get things done. And this is just it. I'm in school. I'm learning. I'm in the process of learning a career, learning a new skill set. It's been a tough challenge to kind of adjust and adapt, but we've been doing that, adjusting and adapting. I haven't been to school since the spring semester of 2020, so this being the spring semester of 2024, I think I've actually returned and got off to a great start to resume the pursuit of my education. So yeah, the main priority has just been focusing on school. I've just been locked in with trying to complete the semester. I'm not looking into the teacher's grade book, but I actually do feel like finishing strong with all A's is an actual reality that's in play here. I left the goofy, toxic work environment to really focus on school. And because I have my schedule already set for school, it's been a challenge to kind of find a job that'll work around that schedule. So if anybody's hiring and wants a superstar employee, hit me up. But for work right now, I've just returned to Instacart because that's just the most flexible option to obtain income at this point. So yeah, that's just the main highlights of really what's going on in my life right now. I guess also mentally, I'm currently in a phase of truly trying to just move on from the past. I kind of touched on it a little bit, but maybe these last couple years, I've kind of came to the realization that it's time to better myself and to actually create a pathway to create a better future. Everything has kind of been building to this point, whether it be just re-enrolling myself in college and pursuing my career, or even just doing just day-to-day character development of just continuing to try to be a good person in this world. For what felt like an endless amount of time, I was kind of in the loop of repeating cycles of bullshit. And after so long and at a certain point, you just get tired of those cycles just repeating themselves. I've had to make decisions, some of them being tough, some of them just being what needed to be done to just separate myself from the bullshit, the bad energy. All of these decisions of just building up to me continuing a mission to just better myself. I've kind of had to separate myself from certain situations, bonds, friendships, even family to just go in my own direction. Not everybody wants to walk your path, and that's okay. Not everybody's meant to. I had to stop forcing certain bonds and friendships on people who simply just didn't respect me or reciprocate it. I always just try to be a reliable, good human being. But not everybody values that. Not everybody appreciates that. And it's really on you, the viewer, and just me, I'm talking to myself here. It's really on you to determine when it's time to let go. And just through maturing, and I don't know, I feel like I've always been mature at my age, whatever age I was at. And that's not to say I was always this mature guy. I'd like to think that in my elementary years up until maybe high school, I was a lot more obnoxious with my personality. And through high school and early adulthood, I've kind of became more reserved and just more laid back. But discovering myself in just this journey of life is just something that I take serious. I think as I've grown older, I've kind of became a serious person. I'm somebody who I like to get things done. I like to handle business. I like to stand on business. I'm a work first, play later type of guy. A lot of the goofy shit that just goes on in society, I just want to stay out of. You'll never really see me being the guy on Facebook posting an update every 2 hours about the baby mama drama or just a bunch of goofy shit that goes on in my life. For the most part, I really just keep my thoughts, ideas, emotions, experiences. I really just keep all this stuff to myself. As I've grown older, the more people that I've tried to put my trust into, the more I've only just gotten disappointed. I really just came to a point where I have to stop relying on other people to just be a source of comfort for me. Not everybody can, not everybody wants to. There might even be some people who don't even know how to be there for you. Recently in life, maybe these past couple years, I've had to kind of do some self-reflection on what really is a friend. And when I think of a friend, I think of somebody who is reliable, somebody who can maybe keep it real with you, somebody who's going to be there for you on your best and worst days, somebody that's just going to support you. And to keep it real, I don't really have a lot of that in my life. The few maybe established friendships or friend groups that I have kind of just fizzled out. Some of that has been me just separating myself just because I no longer want to be a part of just the toxic communities or just the toxic bullshit. You got a bunch of people who, whether they be involved in the wrong thing or focused on the wrong thing, that's just not my story. That's just not what I want to do. That's just not what I want to be a part of. I go back to the whole, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I do the same shit as everybody else, but I swear I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I go back to the whole, I'm different than everybody. And I'm really not. I'm human too. I go through my own life experiences, my own life journey. I have my own emotions, my own successes and failures. But for my just age range and demographic, I really do feel like I have a different head on my shoulders. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not saying that at all. I'm very much still a very humble guy who knows his place in society. I'm just trying to stay in my own lane while also trying to navigate in the bullshit that life throws at you. I don't really know where my true end destination in life is, but at least I kind of know the direction I'm going. I'm really just on a mission to be great, and I wish I could bring as many people as possible with me on this journey, but not everybody wants to ride with me, I guess. I just want to encourage society and the viewer and people just in general to just do the right thing. I believe everybody can be a superstar. And to me, superstardom doesn't mean fame. Superstardom just means being the best version of you. Whether you're the best mechanic in the shop or the best actor in Hollywood, just do everything you can to be great. Like I said, I don't know where the destination ends, but I just know I'm headed for greatness. Every decision that I've made, whether it be good or bad, I take it as an experience. I take it as a life lesson, and I just apply it to the next life experience moving forward. Of course, there's been times where I kind of regret things going bad, and I wish things could be done different. But all these decisions, all these choices, I stand on them, big bruh. I stand on them. Who is big bruh? Big bruh might be future me. Older version of me when I watch this back. Thank you for joining me for standing on business to celebrate my 50th video. This video was a video that was a long time in the making. Kind of one where I just shared and explained who James Icy kind of is at his core. So if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, then please hit that like and subscribe button down below. Thank you for celebrating my 50th video with me. I'm James Icy, and I'll see you next time. Peace.